All right, guys, today we are here again with Mr. Myron, another mini Myron math lesson. We're going to be subtracting fractions, which is almost exactly the same as, sorry, moving my kid's chair out of the way, exactly the same as adding fractions. So if you're good at adding fractions, you should be very good at subtracting fractions. Matter of fact, I want you to go back right now, take a look at your notes for how to add fractions, okay? And I want you to rewrite all of them, right, with the title Subtracting Fractions. And on step 3, where it says to add the numerators, I want you to subtract the numerators. All right, other than that, it is the same exact process. It's the same exact steps. We're not really going to, go through too many details. I'm not going to, rewrite it all over again. I'm going to try to stay nice and short for you. So number 1, I'd like you to do this one with me, is 7/10 minus 1/2. So hopefully you're writing this down. Hopefully you have your notebook ready to go. 7/10 minus 1/2. Again, just like adding fractions, the first step is to convert any mixed numbers or whole numbers into improper fractions. We don't have any mixed numbers or whole numbers here, so there's nothing to convert there. Second step is to find equivalent fractions using common denominators. So do we have common denominators? No. We need to make common denominators. Okay, I could do 2 times 10 to get 20, and I could use 20, and that's completely fine. But I could also see that 2 can turn into 10 by multiplying by 5, and then it's just less work I have to do in the end, because 7/10, right, is equivalent to 7/10. I don't have to do any more multiplication over here, right? 10 times 1, so 7 times 1 is 7. All right, you don't actually have to show me that math, because that should be, we should get that. Okay, but over here we should notice, all right, 2 became 10. So something happened to the 2 to become a 10. All right, so it's 2 times 5. I'm just going to take a brief moment to explain. I should have done this yesterday with the adding one. You can't add or subtract to find an equivalent fraction. You have to multiply or divide. So you can't be like, oh, 2 plus 8, 1 plus 8. That doesn't work. It has to be multiplication or division in order to keep the same ratio, which is another thing that we'll learn later on in the year. But just for now, you have to use multiplication or division to find that equivalent fraction. All right, so 2 times 5. Again, the rule of equivalency, whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top, right, times 5. So we have 7/10 minus 5/10. Again, step 3 says to, instead of adding the numerators, we're going to subtract the numerators left to right. So 7 minus 5 is 2. Keep the same denominator. And now it says to simplify. This is the first one that we've been able to simplify together. If you look, they're both even. So I can divide both by 2, and I would get 1/5. If you're here, you did what I'm expecting you to learn today. That's totally fine. Ideally, you're able to see the 1/5 as well. But again, today my main focus is, did you get the 2/10? All right, now we're on to question number 2, 5/6 minus 1/3. Okay, again, no improper fraction conversion, no mixed number, whole number, improper fraction conversion needed. All our numbers are proper fractions, so we are good to go. I do not have common denominators, so I need to create common denominators. All right, hopefully you see that the 3 can become a 6 very easily. Again, just leaves us with a lot less work. 5/6 is equivalent to 5/6. 1/3 is not equivalent to 1/3. I can't just bring that 1 down because the 3, something happened to it. It got multiplied by a 2, so this also needs to get multiplied by 2. All right, 5/6 is equivalent to 5/6. 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. Now that I have my common denominators with my equivalent fractions, I'm able to move on to step 3, which says to subtract the numerators. 5 minus 2 is 3. Keep the same denominator and simplify. Both numbers, a 3 can be taken out. We're left with 1/2. On this last one, guys, I would really like if you would pause the screen, try this one on your own, and see if you can do it on your own. So pause the screen once it's written down. Press play when you're ready to go. So 2/3 minus 3/5. Go ahead and pause. Come on back. Here we go. No conversions from mixed numbers or whole numbers to improper fractions. We don't have to do that. We do need to, though, find an equivalent, a common denominator, equivalent fractions with common denominators. This is one of those ones where I'm going to multiply 3 times 5 is 15, right? Because I couldn't think of anything beforehand that they would match up with. Okay, so there's going to be more work involved, but not a big deal. How did this 3 become 15 times 5? So what do I have to do to the 2? Hopefully you multiply that by 5 as well. How did 5 become 15 times 3? Hopefully multiply this times 3 as well, and got 9. We're good to go. We're now going to subtract the numerators. 10 minus 9 is 1. Keep our same denominator. Nothing to simplify. 1/15. Hopefully you got that. We're going to be reviewing fraction stuff later on in the year. Actually, it's our next chapter, but wanted to introduce these just as a warm-up, a precursor heading into the fraction unit, just because this is something you learned last year, but something we wanted to reiterate with all the 6th graders again. Good luck. Have a great day. See you.